Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Monday morning. It's now the 8th day of September 2025, and this is the morning briefing. Looking out the window from the home weather office, it's another beautiful morning. We have clear skies, we have comfortable temperatures, there's a light breeze blowing. All in all, a really nice day. And I'm sure it's not just me, but it does seem as though we've kind of turned the corner. Ever since we had some heat about a week ago, we have been seeing much cooler temperatures. And in the mornings, you can just kind of feel that it feels a little bit more like fall. And especially on the west slope, where we've gotten rid of the inversion, and the mornings are down in the 50s. And we may even see some cooler weather over the next few days. In some areas, may even see a couple of showers. Let me show you, start off with this. This is how the month has gone so far in the Sacramento area at Executive Airport. 103 and 100, then 94, then 87, 85, 82, 87. So this is the weekend, 82 and 87. That's nice, especially with these overnight lows in the 50s. So yeah, this kind of weather, it looks as though it is now in our rear view mirror. I wouldn't be surprised if we do a baby 100 sometime later on this month, but the way the weather patterns are shaping up right now in the extended range, that looks as though it's going to be rather difficult to do. And instead, throughout much of this week, we're going to be looking at highs in the 80s, and there may even be a couple of days in the 70s. We're looking pretty good. There may even be a couple of showers today. I'll get to more on that here in just a minute. I want to actually get over to this because I do want to show you what's happening this morning. There's some nice marine layer here along the coast, including all the way down through the Salinas Valley. But boy, this is the big feature today again, and this was a big feature yesterday. This is the Garnet Fire. It's now pushing 50,000 acres. I'll show you more on that in just a second. And as you can see, there's an extensive amount of smoke from this that moves to the east and then down through 395 down through Bishop here. And then also to the east of the state line, not quite into the Tahoe Basin. It's all east of Tahoe, but it really gets thick as you go out Highway 50 to the east. Also looks as though there's some of that smoke into Tuolumne County. Most of that should get mixed out during the day. And then Calaveras, Amador, and El Dorado counties all look as though they are clear and will stay that way. So this fire remains quite active. Let's go to watch duty. And what you'll see here is that the fire is 49,100 acres. And we have over here, I know you can't quite read all of this, but it says the fire is quite active overnight, continuing to the north and northwest. So that means it's this part of the fire that is quite active, and it was very active yesterday. And the concern today is going to be whether or not it gets into the McKinley Grove. This is a area of sequoias here, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be doing everything they can to keep it out of there. They have been doing firing operations along this road. This looks as though it's more or less on its own in here. So we'll see what they can do today. It also looks like there may be some spot fires here, 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 and here. And the fire just, it's super, super active. This is the way it looks from above Bishop. And so that's looking down on that area, down into the, if you're looking down toward the fire, where that smoke is. Let's go to the south of the fire and look at this camera. And for an early morning, this is really, really active. Usually the smoke lays down quite a bit more, but you see here and here, these are two spots that continue to be very active. As you can see, the smoke is venting out quite a bit right in here. And that means it's churning through a lot of fuel. And let's go a little bit farther to the north, up toward Mono Lake. There's Mammoth Lakes. Let's go to June Lake right here. Let's see what June Mountain looks like. Ugh. Yeah, that's not pretty. Bad air quality here. And you'll find the same thing up here, up toward the Bodie area. So all of the areas around Mono Lake, Lee Vining, Bridgeport, maybe not a great day to go to Bodie. Just, it's really sad. And if you look at the big picture here, we have a pretty favorable pattern for more fire development during the course of the day today, with this sort of flow being perfect to vent smoke off to the east. This digging trough will, however, bring in cooler weather. Now, this is the only good news here, is that it's going to get cooler. I don't think we're going to see any rain, or at least not any beneficial rain on this fire. I mean, there may be some sprinkles on it, but what we're talking about is cooler temperatures, and cooler temperatures mean higher humidity to maybe at least slow the progress a little bit. And this sort of pattern this week will continue to vent the smoke off to the east, so the air quality around Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, the Bay Area, and through Butte County will stay pretty good. Areas around Dayton Valley, Hawthorne, will not be very good. And actually, some of that smoke may even get all the way toward the Wasatch and Salt Lake City. Wouldn't be surprised. So this trough continues to dig down. That means daytime highs perhaps only in the upper 70s in the valley on Tuesday and Wednesday. As we get toward the end of the week and the weekend, we'll see that trough lift out, and we'll get some minor ridging as we're in between troughs. And that could get us back maybe as high as 90 degrees or something like that. But certainly don't see anything in the way of hundreds. And as we get into next week, this model at least brings in another pretty deep trough, which would cool temperatures once again. So let's talk about chances of rain, and this is the HRRR. Going through the day today. Showers, thunderstorms, mostly beneficial rain, I would think. Now this model, here's the low here, this model wants to drag in showers first thing tomorrow morning. We're up to 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. I don't think these would be the overnight thunderstorms that we saw a week or so ago. Instead, I think this would be more sprinkles into parts of Butte County and maybe into Nevada County first thing on Tuesday morning. Otherwise, Tuesday will just be a cool day with maybe a couple of showers. That's the way the NAM Nest, I should say the HRRR shows it. Now going to the NAM Nest, it is similar, bringing beneficial rain in areas north of Redding. But as you can see toward the Garnet Fire, really nothing going on here in terms of soaking rains. I wouldn't think that this would do enough to slow things down very much. Yeah, so that's the way the NAM Nest shows it. If we look at the GFS, keep in mind the GFS doesn't quite have the right resolution to show all of this quite exactly. This is Tuesday night. This is Wednesday. And then Thursday, a better chance of rain. But again, this would be more or less on the crest of the Sierra and the east side. It may help to diminish some of the smoke, mix out some of the smoke, but I don't think you'd see beneficial soaking rains on the Garnet Fire. And then into next week, there would be that other chance of cooler weather. So all in all, it looks as though we really have turned the corner here for cooler temperatures. Like I said, we may see a couple of days this week with our highs in the valley only reaching 78, 79. Maybe it's 81, but still that's cooler than average for this time of year. And it kind of has that feel of fall. And while some areas may see some showers, I don't think you're looking at any widespread rain here just yet. But this progression of troughs that right now the models are showing may continue for the next 10 days looks as though it will be enough to, well, keep us out of the 100s. Maybe for the rest of the year. We'll see. That's everything I've got for you on this Monday morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.